Welcome friends to a new session on Informatics and Introduction to Bioinformatics. In this session, we are going to study about computer networks and Internet. Overview of Information Technology Part 3 Computer Networks and Internet. Computer networks. A computer network is a group of computer systems and other computing hardware devices that are linked together through communication channels to facilitate communication and resource sharing among a wide range of users. Networks are commonly categorized based on their characteristics. There are many types of computer networks including LAN, WAN, CAN, MAN and HAN. Local area networks or LANs. A local area network is a network that is confined to a relatively small area. It is generally limited to a geographic area such as a writing lab, school or building. A LAN is useful for sharing resources like files, printers, games or other applications. A LAN in turn often connects to other LANs and to the Internet or other WAN or WANs. Most local area networks are built with relatively inexpensive hardware such as Ethernet cables, network adapters and hubs. Wireless LAN and other more advanced LAN hardware options also exist. Specialized operating system software may be used to configure a local area network. For example, most flavors of Microsoft Windows provide a software package called Internet Connection Sharing or ICS that supports controlled access to LAN resources. The most common type of local area network is an Ethernet LAN. The smallest home LAN can have exactly 2 computers. A large LAN can accommodate many thousands of computers. Wide area networks or WANs. A WAN is a geographically dispersed collection of LANs. As its name suggests, it is a computer network that covers a far wider area than a LAN or a local area network. A network device called a router connects LANs to a WAN. In IP networking, the router maintains both a LAN address and a WAN address. A WAN differs from a LAN in several important ways. Most WANs, like the Internet, are not owned by any one organization but rather exist under collective or distributed ownership and management. When networks connect to form a bigger network, the resulting network is called an internetwork, which is generically abbreviated to an Internet. Now, when all WANs in the world connect forming a global Internet, we call it the Internet, which everyone knows. That's why the Internet is always written with a capital I. It is the biggest WAN we have. WANs generally utilize different and much more expensive networking equipment than do LANs. Campus area networks or CANs. The computers are within a limited geographic area such as a campus or military base. Metropolitan area networks or MANs. A data network designed for a town or a city is called as a MAN. Home area networks or HANs. HANs are networks which contain within a user's home that connects a person's digital devices. In addition to these types, the following characteristics are also used to characterize different types of networks: star network, bus network, ring network. Bus topology. Do not be confused with the system bus of a computer whenever you refer the term bus network. Bus networks use a common backbone to connect all devices. A device wanting to communicate with another device on the network sends a broadcast message onto the wire that all other devices see, but only the intended recipient actually accepts and processes the message, as you can see in figure 1, which is the bus topology. Ring topology. In a ring network, every device has exactly two neighbors for communication processes. As you can see in figure 2, all messages travel through a ring in the same direction, either clockwise or counterclockwise. A failure in any cable or device breaks the loop and can take down the entire network. To implement a ring network, one typically uses FDDI, SONET or token ring technology. Ring topologies are found in some office buildings or school campuses. Star topology. Many home networks use the star topology. A star network features a central connection point called a hub node that may be a network hub, switch or router. Devices typically connect to the hub with unshielded twisted pair or UTP Ethernet. Compared to the bus topology, a star network generally requires more cable, but a failure in any star network cable will only take down one's computer network access and not the entire LAN. Internet. The Internet is a global network connecting millions of computers. More than 100 countries are linked into exchanges of data, news and opinions. The term Internet stands for Inter-Network Systems. It is a global network of networks. It is an exceptional means of communication. No one actually owns the Internet, and no single person or organization controls the Internet in its entirety. The Internet is more of a concept than an actual tangible entity, and it relies on a physical infrastructure that connects networks to other networks. The Internet is at once a worldwide broadcasting capability, a mechanism for information dissemination, and a medium for collaboration and interaction between individuals and their computers without regard for geographic location. The Internet represents one of the most successful examples of the benefits of sustained investment and commitment to research and development of information infrastructure. Beginning with the early research in packet switching, the government, industry and academia have been partners in evolving and deploying this exciting new technology. Some important applications of the Internet are: email. Email is the most widely used Internet service, and it has abolished the notion of distance. To send a message through email, one has to type a message and it would travel instantly over the network to whomever one wishes. FTP or File Transfer Protocol. A client-server protocol allows a user on one computer system to transfer files to and from another computer system. World Wide Web or WWW. There is an incredible amount of information on the Internet and it is growing exponentially. World Wide Web, a product of the continuous search for innovative ways of searching information, is a mechanism that links together information stored on many computers throughout the world. One of the important characteristics of the World Wide Web documents is the hypertext structure created by HyperText Markup language or HTML, a simple data format. The simplicity of the HTML used for interactive documents allows a user to contribute to the expanding database of documents. The possibilities for hypertext in the World Wide Web environment are endless. HTTP and HTML. Short for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the underlying protocol used by the World Wide Web. HTTP defines how messages are formatted and transmitted and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to various commands. For example, when you enter a URL in your browser, this actually sends an HTTP command to the web server, directing it to fetch and transmit the requested web page. The other main standard that controls how the World Wide Web works is HTML, which covers how web pages are formatted and displayed. Short for Hypertext Markup language, the authoring language used to create documents on the World Wide Web. HTML defines the structure and layout of a web document by using a variety of tags and attributes. The correct structure for an HTML document starts with HTML, head, body, which includes the body of the document, and ends with /body and /HTML. All the information you would like to include in your web page fits in between the body and /body tags. There are hundreds of other tags used to format and lay out the information in a web page. Tags are also used to specify hypertext links. These allow web developers to direct users to other web pages with only a click of the mouse on either an image or word. Internet functions. The Internet provides for the following two functions which support communications. Without the communication support mentioned below, the Internet could not function. These two functions are provided by Internet service providers listed below under the Internet organization's header. Physical lines that data is sent across. Routing of data. There are special machines on the Internet called routers that determine where data needs to go to get from the sender of the data to the receiver of the data. Search engines. Search engines are programs that search documents for specified keywords and return a list of the documents where the keywords were found. A search engine is really a general class of programs. However, the term is often used to specifically describe systems like Google, Bing and Yahoo, etc. Search that enable users to search for documents on the World Wide Web. Google. Google is the undisputed king of Spartan searching. While it does not offer all shopping center features of Yahoo, Google is fast, relevant and the largest single catalog of web pages available today. Make sure you try the Google Images, Maps and News features. They are outstanding services for locating photos, geographic directions and news headlines. Yahoo. Yahoo is several things. It is a search engine, a news aggregator, a shopping center, an email box, a travel directory, a horoscope and game center and more. This web portal breadth of choice makes this a very useful and a helpful site for Internet beginners. Searching the web should also be about discovery and exploration, and Yahoo delivers that in wholesale quantities. Web browsers. Web browser is a software application for retrieving, presenting and traversing information resources on the World Wide Web. Commonly used web browsers are the following, such as Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is a web browser that made its debut in 1995 as Microsoft's response to Netscape, one of the first graphical based web browsers. Initially called Microsoft Internet Explorer or MSIE, Internet Explorer has long held the title of most popular browsers in use despite strong competition from the likes of Mozilla Firefox, Apple's Safari, Opera and Google Chrome. Mozilla Firefox. Mozilla Firefox is a good free alternative browser to Internet Explorer. Mozilla Firefox is faster than Internet Explorer. Additionally, many corporate IT departments find that Mozilla Firefox is less vulnerable to viruses and malicious code. Internet Explorer has been fraught with security holes for years, and even with the release of Internet Explorer 7, Firefox remains the browser of choice. This added protection is not merely the result of being a smaller target for potential attackers. Google Chrome. Chrome is probably the most flexible and fully featured browser out there. Google has been an innovator when it comes to web browsing from the start. They revolutionized search by combining the address bar with a search bar and by making tabbed browsing so smooth and easy that switching to tabbed browsing was irresistible. Chrome definitely still gives the best tabbed browsing experience, as it provides a layout that allows for far more space than either Firefox or Internet Explorer. Chrome gives you all the standard Internet settings that you can tweak at will and has also introduced Sync. With Sync, you log into Chrome using a Google network on one computer, and when you log into Chrome with the same account on a different computer, all your settings, bookmarks and even the tabs you had opened will transfer to the new browser. You have many options on what to and what not to sync, so you can still keep some things customized for every computer if you want to. Sync is an amazing feature if you use multiple computers, as you will never have to import or export bookmarks or other information again. Chrome also has an application store full of all kinds of applications, add-ons, music, books, etc., and even allows you to see your applications on the startup or new tab page if you choose to. It also offers to show thumbnail previews of your most visited sites as the startup or new tab page if you prefer. On top of these great features, Chrome also carries the standards like bookmarks, RSS feeds, password manager, download manager, find, private browsing, autofill, automatic updates, zoom, spell check and more. For most people, this will probably be the most fully featured browser, but if you are a developer, Mozilla's Firefox is more specialized in those tools. Apple's Safari. Safari is Apple's stylish, easy to use web browser for its Mac operating system. Safari for Windows lets PC users try Safari for themselves. Safari is a great way for Windows users to take a bite of the apple, since as a web browser it can only be so different from the big three: Internet Explorer, Firefox and Chrome. Safari's page layout shows how much web browser functionality dictates from these days. Safari for Windows is plain but clean and intuitive, with many similarities to other popular browsers as well as some differences. For instance, the address bar searches the history rather than using your default search engine. Safari has a separate search field instead. The settings icon opens an extensive menu that includes private browsing, pop-up blocking, extensions and customization buttons. One feature we really like is the page icon that displays a menu just for the current page. The bookmarks bar hold icons to show the reading list, top sites and all bookmarks. Opera. The perk to Opera is that the updates are fast and do not require that you restart your computer. You will have to exit the browser and reopen it, but that takes a lot less time than restarting your computer. Updates pop up when available. Some of them can really improve the performance and speed, while others can't be skipped over until you know there is something that needs updating. You can highlight text and paste it to the note feature. To access, just click inside a search box or search bar, or you can even use the Find option from the Edit tab and then right click. You will see Insert Note, and when you hover over it, you will see the list of items you have stored there. To edit it, go to Tools and then Notes and delete or edit any one of the things you have there. Internet address. An internet address uniquely identifies a node on the internet. Internet address may also refer to the name or IP of a website or URL. The term internet address can also represent someone's email address. URL or Uniform Resource Locator is the global address of documents and other resources on the World Wide Web. The first part of the URL is called a protocol identifier, and it indicates what protocol to use, and the second part is called a resource name, and it specifies the IP address or the domain name where the resource is located. The protocol identifier and the resource name are separated by a colon and 2 forward slashes. A URL is one type of uniform resource identifier, the generic term for all types of names and addresses that refer to objects on the World Wide Web. IP address. IP address is short for Internet Protocol address. An IP address is an identifier for a computer or device on a TC/IP network. Networks using the TCP/IP protocol route messages based on the IP address of the destination. The format of an IP address. The format of an IP address is a 32-bit numeric address written as 4 numbers separated by periods. Each number can be 0 to 255. For example, 1.160.10.240 could be an IP address. Within an isolated network, you can assign IP addresses at random as long as each one is unique. However, connecting a private network to the Internet requires registered IP addresses, also called as Internet addresses, to avoid duplicates. An IP address can be static or dynamic. A static IP address will never change and it is a permanent Internet address. A dynamic IP address is a temporary address that is assigned each time a computer or device accesses the Internet. Let us now summarize what we have studied in this session. Internet is a collection of organizations that provide equipment that support the Internet functions and services. The Internet connects many corporate and organizational private networks together, thus enabling all these organizations to easily communicate. In computer networking, topology refers to the layout of connected devices. For example, the computers on a home LAN may be arranged in a circle in a family room, but it would be highly unlikely to find a ring topology there. Network topologies are categorized into the following basic types: bus, ring, star, etc. LAN uses a star topology in which all nodes are connected to a central computer. Bus topology is a network in which all nodes are connected to a single wire that has 2 endpoints. In ring topology, all of the nodes are connected in a closed loop. Messages travel around the ring, with each node reading those messages addressed to it. People use an Internet browser to access web pages that are available across the Internet. Internet browsers include Microsoft Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, Mozilla, and others. Web pages are created in a markup form of text file called HTML, HyperText markup language. The markup within the text indicates document structure, showing where paragraphs begin and end, what items are in a list, headers, tables, and other document structure. Hence, information technology helps people to keep in contact with family and friends via email, manage their finances with spreadsheets and online banking, track investments through an online broker, pursue hobbies like genealogy or gardening with specialized software packages, help their children with homework and school projects using word processing and graphing tools, find medical information, become informed about political candidates and communicate with their political representatives, and track environmental issues or monitor public policy issues over the World Wide Web. Here are some assignments for you to work out. 1. Give a brief discussion on the influence of computer and Internet in day-to-day life. 2. Explain about web browsers. 3. Give a note on supercomputer. 4. How do we create web pages by HTML language? The following are some books and websites for your reference. V. Rajaraman, Fundamentals of Computers 2005, 4th edition, Prentice Hall India Private Limited, New Delhi. Websites are www.internetsociety.org/internet, www.windows.microsoft.com, www.compnetworking.about.com. Thank you for watching this session. Let us meet in the next section. Until then, bye.